Letter of credit or documented credit. Yes, I have discussed four payment method for international trade in my earlier video. So, letter of credit. What is the definition? A letter of credit, or known as documented credit, is a document issued by a bank on behalf of an applicant, the buyer, undertaking to make payment necessary or seller up to a stated amount of money within a prescribed time limit and against stipulated documents. The documents means bill of lading, invoice, packing list, forward documents, etc. Two banks involved in a letter of credit operation. Issuing bank on behalf of buyer and located in buyer country. Advising bank on behalf of sellers and located in seller country. Why LC is used and most secure method for international trade payment? It reduces the risk of non-paying buyers. A LC from a bank guarantees that a seller will receive payment as long as certain conditions are met. In the event that a foreign buyer changes or cancel an order, a letter of credit ensures the seller will still get paid by buyer's bank for shipped goods, thus reducing production risk. A LC is also a safeguard against situations where a buyer refuses to pay for goods or if a buyer goes bankrupt. Number two, it helps buyer prove their solvency. See, once issuing bank opens LC, that bank must check the buyer's ability to pay. Number three, possible to customize LC. The great part about a LC is that they are usually highly customizable, meaning that buyer and seller can work out a mutually acceptable set of payment terms for a particular transaction. If a different set of payment terms are required for a separate business transaction, the buyer's bank can customize a different agreement for that purpose. Fourth, it helps seller manage their cash flow. CC will ensure sellers receive payment on time, which can go a long way in helping them manage their cash flow. Furthermore, sellers can obtain financing between the shipment of goods and receipt of payment, which can provide an additional cash boost in the short term. 5. It can give security to both the seller and the buyer. When a buyer uses a letter of credit, they get a guarantee that the seller will honor their side of the deal and provide documentary proof of this. Types of LC. So some people say the classification of LC. Actually, there is no any specific classification of LC. It is actually divided as per the terms and condition. Let me read this quickly. Master LC, back-to-back LC, at-site LC, deferred LC, revocable LC, irrevocable LC, standby LC, revolving LC, confirmed LC, unconfirmed LC, red clause LC, green clause LC, transferable LC, untransferable LC, restricted LC, unrestricted LC. Oh, yes, I'll discuss this in details in next slide. Master LC. When a LC is open to import goods directly from exporter is called master LC. This LC is issued by the buyer or buyer bank to manufacturer. Master LC has a higher financial value than back-to-back LC. Back-to-back LC. When a LC is prepared by the manufacturer to collect raw materials for production from the suppliers is called back-to-back LC. Back-to-back LC has 70 to 80% financial value of master LCs. At site LC. According to this LC, payment is made to seller immediately, but normally or practically maximum within 7 days after the required documents have been submitted. Deferred LC, an LC that ensure payment after a certain period. The bank may review the documents early, but the payment to beneficiary is made after the agreed timeline, or which is called maturity date. It is also known as usance LC. Revocable LC. LC type can be cancelled or modified by banker or issuer at the customer instruction without prior agreement of beneficiary seller. A revocable letter of credit affords the exporter little protection. Therefore, it is rarely used. Irrevocable LC. These types of LC cannot be cancelled or modified without consent of beneficiary or seller. This LC reflects the absolute liability of the bank or issuer to the other party. Standby LC. This LC is closer to bank guarantee and gives more flexible collaboration opportunity to seller and buyer. The standby LC is never meant to be used but prevents the contracts from going unfulfilled. In the event of your company closed down, declares bankruptcy, or is unable to pay for goods or service provided. Revolving LC. When a single LC is issued for covering multiple transactions in place of issuing separate LC for each transaction is called revolving LC. It means the beneficiary can draw money from such LC up to the amount specified by means of documents, and after drawing the amount drawn will be automatically replenished and is available for another drawing and so on. The LC are good for buyer and supplier to cover purchases made regularly, as one LC can be used many times, saving a lot of paper as well as LC opening charge, receiving charge at both ends. Confirm LC. A confirm LC is one to use a second bank. Usually, the exporter countries adds its own undertaking that payment will be made. This is used when the exporter does not find security of an unconfirmed credit sufficient due to issuing bank risk or political or economical risk associated with the importer country. Unconfirmed LC. An unconfirmed LC is one which has not been guaranteed or confirmed by any bank other than the bank that opened and issued it. The advising bank forward the letter of credit to beneficiary without responsibility or undertaking on its part, but confirming authenticity. Red clause LC. The seller can request an advance payment for an agreed amount of LC before shipment of goods and submittal of required documents. This red clause is termed because it is usually printed in red on the document to draw attention to advance payment term of credit. Advising bank liable to refund issuing bank if supplier failed to make shipment. Green clause LC. Green clause LC. Same like red clause, but only difference is proof of warehousing is also given to the seller. Transferable LC. Transferable LC can be passed from one beneficiary to others. They are commonly used when the intermediaries are involved in a transaction. This LC is especially beneficial in those cases when the seller is not a sole manufacturer of goods and purchases some parts from other parties, as it eliminates the necessity of opening several LC for other parties. Untransferable LC. Untransferable LC does not allow to transfer of payment to third parties. Beneficiary or seller make shipment after receiving the LC from direct buyer. Restricted LC. In this case, restricted LC only one nominated bank can be used for negotiation. Therefore, authorization of issuing bank to make payment to beneficiary is restricted to a specific and nominated bank. Unrestricted LC. In contrast with a unrestricted LC, bank is not specified. So, letter of credit or LC can be negotiated through any other bank of the beneficiary's choice. Let's discuss about the transaction process of letter of credit. There are four different parties. Let me tell you first. So, from left side top corner, exporter, seller or beneficiary. In this letter of credit method, exporter is called beneficiary, and below advising or nominated bank, which is from exporter side, and right hand side there are importer or buyer, and also they are called applicant because they are apply for LC, and below issuing bank. So issuing bank is from buyer side. So first, there is a agreement of purchase order or sales contract between exporter and buyer. After that, buyer apply for LC to their issuing bank. Issuing bank already have the business with buyer, and issuing bank checked the ability to pay this amount to exporter. After that, issuing bank send this LC to advising bank. Advising bank verify this LC and send a copy to exporter. Exporter checks this LC, all terms and conditions are okay or not. Then exporter produce goods and ship the goods to importer port. In the meantime, exporter send these all documents, including bill of lading, invoice, backlist, forward documents to advising or nominated bank. Advising or nominated bank send these for documents to issuing bank. Issuing bank provide these documents to importer and take the advice to release the payment to exporter, or take the advice of acceptance if it is deferred LC. So applicant or buyer advised to release the payment or acceptance. Issuing bank send this payment to advising or nominated bank, or acceptance if it is deferred. Advising bank or nominated bank send this payment to exporter. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Please subscribe to my channel and click on the like button and share with your friends. If you have any comments or opinion, please put in the comment box. Thanks again.